Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eli back with another review video, and for this one, gonna be reviewing, actually, cause I recently, I think, maybe, I don't know, but I recently, why not, I'll go ahead and review this. Another one of, cause I previously did review one of Blue Sky Animation Studios' first feature films, which being Ice Age. Well, now this time I'm going to be reviewing Horton Hears a Who. So yeah, Horton Hears a Who. Horton Hears a Who, I think, is actually pretty good. I think it's one of those rare and few movies, Dr. Seuss adaptations, that are close to being okay, because I think the movie turned out to be okay, I guess, as to what audience thought of it. So, Horton Hears a Who, because the animation is good, and the story, of course, and with the cast, and Jim Carrey as Horton, he's good. You have Carol Burnett as Huffle the Hoof or something like that, the kangaroo, the evil kangaroo and such. And the kangaroo son, Rudy. You have Mr. Blabbercock or something like that. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Voiced by Will Arnett. And you have the Wickersham brothers. You have the Who's. You have the mayor, voiced by, the great Steve Carell. It's really cool because, both Jim Carrey and Steve Carell, they do a really good job together, especially doing voicing animated characters. You have Elsa Fisher as Dr. Maru, if I'm saying her name right. I forget who it is who voices the mayor's wife, but, you even have all of the mayor and his wife's children, hundreds of daughters, and one son, Jojo. Crap, and I forget who does the voice of Jojo, but even you have I think the mayor's secretariat or whatever she is. I think Wanda Sykes voices her. I'm pretty sure. I forget. I really can't remember. Been a while since I've seen that as well. Yeah. Like Horton, I guess he's kind of like a teacher to some animals, as we see earlier, and we see what's that one character's name that kind of weird, she does and voiced by Joey King, and also Horton discovers a tiny speck kind of screaming and such, and he grabs it with a clover, and of course the kangaroo coming face to face with Horton, and they talk about the speck and such, and little people living on a speck, and also of course the mayor and such, and even those who I forget what they are, but the green ones, and kind of giving the mayor a hard time, just and then of course the mayor and Horton make first contact, Horton in the sky and the mayor in the speck. And then also the mouse. What's the mouse's name again? I forget. But voiced by Seth Rogen. He does a pretty good job voicing the mouse. And yet with Horton, he's, later on, of course, the kangaroo wanting to get rid of the clover, with the speck on it. And of course, I like that one part. I think, it is pretty funny, Horton, because, Horton trying to cross a bridge, and at the same time, the mayor, he has, a dental appointment and such. And, Horton, because he's afraid he's going to break the bridge, and he kind of does. He, sucks in the air and such, and kind of puffy. His trunk's a bit puffy, and he walks. And even Blue Daniel, or whatever the name of it is, that we hear in 2001, it's playing, And at one point, the mayor, he gets that stuff, whatever it is, and it makes his arm floppy and such, wonky or whatever. It's pretty funny. And when he gets back at his home, he kind of hits it on the wall and it's back to normal. It's just funny. And those times were like, oh yeah, because even with the sequence like with Mr. Blabbercock and Horton, I think I'm pronouncing that vulture's name correctly. I'm pretty sure, but, you guys can help me, in the comment section. But, that whole, like, sequence and with him versus the vulture, Mr., as I'm trying to pronounce his name, and those parts were, like, in Whoville, like, kind of shaking, and, like, the mayor just, like, and those staplers in his face, funny. And even that one part that, I don't know, like, kind of is weird to see in a Dr. Seuss adaptation movie, a bit of a style of anime in there, Horton fighting off against something, and, like, even the Clover just like, Horton is the best elephant, blah, blah, I am Horton, so, that's kind of weird. Anime and Horton Hears a Who. Can you believe that? Yeah. And, like, in the book, of course, because, okay, I'm pretty sure, because Blue Sky, they stayed true, I guess, with the book, but with a few changes here and there. That's like with most movies, from book adaptations, biographical films, if you get what I'm saying. It's true. It is true. Like, of course, like in the book and such, a person's a person, no matter how small. And then, of course, the part where the vulture, Mr., who he drops, like, I love that part, because, like, as Horton just really pissed and, like, and a camera shot of his eyes, even the vulture, I got you now, elephant, drops the Clover and into a place with an area with hundreds of clovers. And even when the Clover drops, even the speck, it kind of, everything kind of flies or something, Even at one point when, as the vulture grabs a hold of the Clover, the mayor is about to reveal the entire Who Valley or something like that, the town of the Who's, that there is an elephant in the sky, etc., But, of course, Horton is unable to because the vulture got a hold of it. And so, and there's, like, one point, like, flying kites or something like that, I guess. I think, that's what it is. And so, throughout that whole time, Horton trying to find the Clover, by clover, as the narrator says. And then he eventually finds the Clover. Wait, could this be the one? As the narrator says. He finds it, and nobody is talking, and they're like the mayor and such, but of course, the mayor, he does like, no, this is blah, 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 blah. Like, this time he's doing it as to what Horton did, playing a trick on the mayor. No, but Horton is busy. I'm joking. And so the Who's get to hear Horton for the first time. Even the Horton sets, what's-his-face straight, one of the main green Who, you are finished, is that understood? Boob, I'm joking, because of course he was messing with the green Who's, and the mayor introducing Horton to all the Who's, and Horton can remember the Who's names, except for one. He almost got, he was so close, but forgot one Who's name. And so, and word is spread out to the kangaroo, and everybody that knows Horton, they, like, kind of turn against him and such. Them and the Wickersham brothers, the mouse kind of confronts the kangaroo, doesn't really work, and the mouse, man, what is the mouse's name? I honestly forget, and as I said, it's been a while since I've seen this, so bear with me. Like, because Horton, out of, like, a clear what's the word? Clear valley or I don't know. But that's when, the mouse, he comes in, like, he says, and Horton's like, pick up your feet, it's not me, because he hears, like, loud rumbling or something, and it's everybody charging and chasing Horton, so, and they all, and, like, the Clovers, and, like, the Clover's taken from Horton and such, because he's been put in a cage, and, the Who's, they, of course, like in the book and such, we are here, we are here, we are here. It's kind of cool, actually, the intense going on and such, even JoJo, where earlier in the film, and right before the part where the kangaroo comes to Mr. Blabbercock, JoJo goes to, like, this little hideout or whatever it is that he goes to, where the old observatory, as his mother says, and where, you know, the mayor asks his wife, you know. So yeah, and we see in the old in the observatory, Jojo built an entire build in the inside, all instruments and making noise and such, you know. And the mayor surprised, Jojo, you built this? And so, you know, and even bring the sound comes straight up to the sky, and where the Who's are making noise up in the sky, blah blah blah. But it really doesn't work up until when Jojo, he gets on top, he grabs a hold of the horn and such, you know, making contact with Horton, and shouts, "Don't!" And then, you know, it causes the cloud to open, and the sound travels, and all the animals and such, they hear it, you know. And right before, and even Rudy grabs a hold of the clover right before it goes into, like, I guess a hot scalding tub of water or something. I think that's what it is, yeah. Because it looks a bit brown and such, don't you think? I mean, it kind of, at least that's what I remember. And I think the kangaroo, it's like, okay, what's her deal? She can hear it. Why is she trying to get the clover? Like, why? I don't know. Maybe you guys can explain. I mean, why is she just, you know, that's kind of weird, you know? She can hear it, then why, I don't know. But anyways, well, I guess, you know, she, you know, kind of screwed now or something, you know. And at one point, like, even a bunny comes in with cookies. I forget the bunny's name, but, you know, he comes out of nowhere, basically. And then Horton, you know, he forgives the kangaroo and gives her a cookie. And the ending to it, and, you know, the song that plays, I can't feel this feeling anymore, blah blah. And then, you know, it ends like they go off, or returning the speck, you know, and I guess Clover to where the speck used to be, because in the beginning of the film, the speck was on top of, like, an orange flower on top of a mountain, you know. And the narrator gives last few words, and we see what's her face, you know, flying in the sky, floating in the sky with all the other specks that are kind of supposed to be stars, you know. So, yeah, and Horton Hears a Who, I think is not bad. I think it's a pretty good and okay movie from, you know, of Dr. Seuss adaptation from his books, you know. So, and you guys let me know what you think of Horton Hears a Who. And for Horton Hears a Who, I'd give it okay, well, I'd give it I'm gonna see, 8 out of 10 stars. 8 out of 10 stars for Horton Hears a Who, because I think it is pretty good, not bad, and an okay Dr. Seuss movie, you know, movie based on Dr. Seuss's book of Horton Hears a Who adaptation, etc. You get the idea. So once again, you guys let me know. You guys let me know what you think of Blue Skies, Horton Hears a Who, because again, I thought it was pretty good and not bad, etc. So again, 8 out of 10 stars for Horton Hears a Who. I hope you guys enjoyed this. My review of Horton Hears a Who. More new review videos coming your way. They're going to be awesome. Keep looking forward, and I'll see you guys in the next video/review video. Take care, and peace out.